We're going to cross now to Pule Letshwiti. Taps, can you take that one?
Yeah, we spoke to Pule yesterday. Several properties and businesses have been severely damaged by recent storms in the northwest. According to provincial Cogta MEC Lenah Miga, the damage is estimated at around 200 million rand. Here to bring you the latest on that story is Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who's in Bloemhof. Pule, yesterday we spoke to you and there were residents in Bloemhof who were scrambling to try and save some of their assets. There were people whose homes had been damaged. How has the relocation of people in Bloemhof progressed, and were any of those businesses able to save their assets?
Well, you know, the evacuation process is really moving at a snail pace at Tafuma, but what we also understand is that businesses have been badly impacted. And I'll just try to show you what I'm talking about when I say that. And as you can see, there's a chalet just far on my right-hand side there that's sunk into this water. And most of the business owners here, you know, have tried to save most of their assets, but that has not been the case. And the conditions here are quite terrible, man, you know. And hopefully later on when we go on that boat ride, we can show you how some of the businesses here and of course lodges have been badly impacted by the heavy rainfall. Now we also understand that this could amount to the cost of about 200 million. If I can just show you here some other facilities that have also been damaged by the floods, and all businesses in Bloemhof, just where they were affected by the floods, have been halted due to the disaster. But joining me right now is one of the businessmen here in the who owns a lodge here, Mr. Chris Lawn. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, this is badly devastating news that you've received as well, and of course I can understand that it was also impacted your business. What's the next step of direction in terms of progressing forward here?
At this stage, we're just watching if they're going to open further. They're talking about another 200 MEC. 200 MEC, although everything at the bottom of the river, about, let's say towards the river, about 100 meters from here, all the chalets on the river bank, it's been destroyed. It didn't collapse, but it's going to need refurbishing. Now, if it goes up another 200 MEC, the main houses towards the top are still fine. But we've also got a situation where it's towards the back. It fills up and it encloses the whole area. The river splits and it goes towards the back of the houses. And what happens then is it floods from the back towards the main house. And that's what we are waiting for at the moment, and see what we can save. Everything is packed, everything is ready to put on the trucks and onto the buckies and get them out. We're hoping that it's not going to go any further at this stage.
So the issue of the river banks and dams filling to capacity is actually a problem, because we understand that it had overseeded around 110%. So it is a problem for neighboring communities around here.
It's a massive problem. I can't understand why in times of flood they're trying to go over 100%. The marker must be the dam is 100% full. Anything more than 100% is excess water. You cannot store excess water in a flood, because that causes a problem when you got to let go.
The evacuation process, how's that going? Because I know you were saying yesterday that you were trying by all means with some of your workers here to save the assets as well. How's that going?
That's going very well. We haven't lost furniture or anything like that at this stage, because we were able to evacuate all that. But if you can see, from time to time, you'll see there is something coming down the river that's coming out of a house, like a desk or anything like that, just floating down the river. Now, the guys nearer to the dam at this moment, on the other side, the town side of the river, those guys are right into the water. But then again, my ground is higher. It takes a while before it gets to the main house, and there's quite a to evacuate all that things and get all that things out of the house. It's quite an operation. It'll probably take you a whole day.
Have you ever experienced something of this magnitude?
Yes, previously where we standing here right now, it was much higher. It would have gone over our heads right now. So there's still a lot that can come, but up to 2,600 MEC, the main houses are still okay. After that, it's chaos.
Right. Chris, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Tafuma, yeah, quite a lot of concerns here raised by some of the business operators here, particularly around the issue of the dams filling to capacity and the excess water flowing into some of these areas here. Maybe just to ask my colleague once again to give you a shot of how it looks like. You know, this has been flowing for the past 2 days. You were with me yesterday. I showed you what was happening, and hopefully today we're going to take a ride into this dam to see how badly some of these properties have been damaged here. Quite concerning residents who've called, you know, for more help from others who can help them in terms of evacuating their assets. But I can officially tell you there's no fatalities that have been recorded. But the MEC has said that this could cost around about 200 million, and a task team of a committee has been dispatched to try and assess how they can, you know, resolve this issue, and that in future it doesn't badly affect the residents living around here.
Pule, earlier you said the evacuation process is moving at snail's pace. Why is that, do you think? And where are the people who are being evacuated being taken to? What's their state at the moment?
Well, I mean, particularly around the fact that most people are hesitant as to if they do move, where are they going to go from here onwards. And they also are raising concerns as to not having the financial muscle to actually move some of their assets to where they would be placed. They feel as though it's a setback, so they rather stay where they are. But again, what we understand is that most of these people are being moved to, you know, churches around this community, and that is where they're being stationed right now to avoid further, you know, problems whereby they'll be affected by the floods. And this could take quite the whole week, because we do know that the weather forecast in the province as well has predicted that there could be rain for the remainder of the week. And so those are some of the challenges that the local government is faced with in terms of trying to, you know, convince the people to move from where they are and go to temporary shelter to not be badly affected by some of this heavy rainfall that will continue throughout the week. So those are the challenges they're facing, and hopefully we'll see how they try to convince them in terms of trying to save them from this further disaster that's continuing.
All right, Pule, thank you so much for bringing us that story. Pule Letshwiti-Jones.